So, Lily, talk to us about what you had to do to get into the acting course. What was your audition process like?
So the audition process started when I applied online, and then I got an email and a phone call asking to come in for my audition, and I had to prepare 2 different monologues. When I came in, I did both of the monologues, but it was more like a workshop. So I would do the monologue, and then Beck would give me some feedback.
Intense feedback?
Intense feedback. A lot of feedback. Well, we'd do the first monologue and then the second one, and then we'd work on the first one and then the second one. And then I went away and got another email with a different monologue. So we were scrapping one and getting a new one to learn. So I learnt that, came back in, had one original monologue, a new one. We did another workshop together, and I got more intense feedback. And I feel like just doing those auditions, like, 'cause it was more like a workshop, you learnt so much just in that. It didn't really, I mean, it was an audition, but it didn't really feel so much like an audition. It wasn't as stressful and it wasn't as daunting, because it wasn't like I just sat in front of you or stood in front of you and, you know, performed my monologue. It was like I performed it, I got the feedback on the spot, how to fix it, how to be better. I didn't walk out of the room with any regrets of, oh, I should have done that, or I should have, you know, made a different choice, because you eventually helped me in making some decisions. And then when I left, I got a call and I got into the course, luckily. And then,
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah, our philosophy around auditioning is that it should be a workshop. You know, so auditioning really sucks. It never really gets any easier. It doesn't matter how successful you get. It's always really tricky, because you don't necessarily know the person you're acting for, and it's never as comfortable as it is when you're at home in your room and you're just giving you the best acting of your life. You know, so I think my advice to young actors is that you should treat every audition like a workshop, so that you get something out of it. You know, so this is a work day for you. You're not just going to be tested as an actor. You're going to show your interpretation of the work and hopefully get some feedback that you can implement and make yourself a better actor. That's the purpose of an audition. And the purpose for me is to see, can you be changed? Can you take direction? Can you play? Can you be inventive? That's what we're looking for. It's about what can you do in the space when you're given the opportunity. So every actor, and this is a really good thing for filmmakers to know, it should be a workshop. Even if it has to be really quick, the actor needs to get something out of it, you know, to progress to the next. Because it always sucks, auditioning.
So I would like to do 2 or 3 takes, and we would all do 2 or 3 takes with them, do one where you provide feedback, and then a third one for, like, what do you guys want to try?
Yep.
Is there something different you want to do?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Always helps.
For SFS, they fill out the application first, and then you'll do a quick questionnaire, and then we'll bring you in for an interview. And what we're really looking for in those interviews is just like, do you want to learn? Are you driven? Are you passionate about films? Because that's who we want with us. Someone who really wants to be here, who's going to turn up and do the course and just really keen about films and wants to show their creative idea. So that's what we do in the interview. Then we'll let you guys know if you're successful or not.
A lot of people always ask too, do I need to have done drama
Yeah.
at school? Do I need to have made movies to come into the program? And we're talking about our 1 year and first year of the acting program as a diploma. Any of you guys have any experience in acting or filmmaking before you came here?
I participated in a musical theatre diploma
Right.
as well.
And do you think the acting part helped your musical theatre? Because you've continued to do musical theatre.
Oh, I think it's the number one most important. I mean, all of the best musical theatre performers are wonderful actors as well.
Yeah.
I had absolutely no experience acting. I didn't do drama in high school, and yeah, I really knew nothing about acting or the industry. So I was very nervous just to audition anywhere. Just acting in front of people would have made me nervous. So coming in and having that audition, it set a high standard for every other audition I was going to go into, because it was, you know, I thought it was going to be such a stressful experience, and it really wasn't. It made me feel, I think I went home and I said, like, that made me feel like I could be an actor, because I got to work on taking a direction and I got to work on something, and it wasn't just me in my room, you know, working on something and giving myself my own feedback. It was, you know, someone in the industry giving me the feedback, and then, you know, seeing something in me and realizing that I could take that direction and I could do that. So that in itself was empowering.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, oftentimes young actors have done short courses, or they've done high school drama, or they've done speech and drama, or oftentimes I meet actors who are just doing their HSC, their GP and their IPs, and it's such a stressful time. But it's not important. You know, I've met actors who are enormously gifted, who just have that thing. You can't look away from them. And they've never acted in their lives. You know, they're coming from it from another profession first, or from a different degree, or they've never studied anything. They've travelled, or they've worked a trade, or, you know, like you really, to be an actor, you're coming to school to learn techniques and methodologies, not to already be a fully formed actor. What's the point of training? You know, you're coming here to learn how to do it. And it doesn't matter what experience you have when you start. Everyone starts in the same place in terms of the training and the course. I know straight away, if I'm auditioning an actor, within the first 20 seconds I already know if I'm going to call them back, you know, because there's something about them. They're really interesting, or they're desperately funny, or they've just got a great look, or they've got a voice that you can't, you want to hear them talk endlessly, and that there's something about that person you go, yeah, I need to see more from this person, and they would fit really beautifully in the ensemble that we're building. But experience, it's not important. You know, for me, it's mostly, can you play? Do you have a sense of play? And can you be changed? You know, an actor might do a really great first monologue. It's really interesting, and they've been obviously a star in their living room. But the second I ask them to change it up, or to do something different, if they can't, that's really tricky. It's really difficult to work with.
So James, were you making films before you could walk or something?
I worked at a second-hand DVD shop.
Oh, really?
Did that for a year, and then EB Games, and then I just thought, I found out about the school at a careers expo in year 11. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do.
You're from Sydney, are you?
From Sydney.
Okay.
So I went to school in Eastwood and had a gap year. And, you know, things happened that gap year. I'm like, I want to start studying next year. And so I just sent an email off saying like, hey, I'm interested in your film course. What do you think? And they invited me out for a day. I met up with, at the time, the director of the school and the marketing manager, and had a chat, and I got an email back saying, hey, we'd love to have you. Here's the process for signing up. And it was great. And going from having no experience in it at all, just being interested in movies and TV shows and drama, and getting that perspective, I honestly think there was no better way for me to do it. I didn't have any preconceptions of how this stuff is meant to go. Didn't have any idea of what I'd be studying or any prior experience. Oh, we don't do it like that back here. No, I was like, I just wanted to learn. And that's what you got to have, the attitude of, I want to learn and pick up what I can. You might not be saying 100% of stuff I agree with, but if I can pull 50% of that, and you might have another 50% here, another 50% there, I'm going to be more versatile.
Yeah.
And that's an attitude that you want.